If your average man is treated better by women overseas, why do you think men prefer to stay in America and play the game when the odds are so heavily stacked against them?
Probably because of money issues and they don't want to leave their environment.
Essentially, why do you think men spend so much time grooming themselves to please the materialistic women in America?
Ooh.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we've got a video from Alpha Central taking a look at American women losing it as passport bros just skip past them entirely. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's just jump right into the video.
Seeing the deterioration of women. I've been in DC for over 20 years. You got to understand, when you leave this country, it's entirely different. I'm sure if you guys have traveled, you got a taste of it, but go explore, taste other cultures, taste women from other cultures. I mean, literally and figuratively, like have a good time.
No, I feel you,
and see, because when you get outside of this country, you don't have that type of.
You can call it some crazy guy yelling on a sidewalk at midnight, but the man is not wrong about a single thing he said. The second you leave the country and see how women act everywhere else, there is no unseeing it, and that is exactly what drives these women up the wall.
If a man wants to date you, how much does he need so that you feel comfortable dating him?
I think about 25 to 30 million.
25 to 30 million dong per month.
Yeah.
You should make. And how about you?
The look on the interviewer's face when she answers like it's no big deal is priceless. Try running that exact same question to women in Western countries and watch the number just get even more ridiculous. And when I say even more, I mean that the women here actually provided something reasonable as an answer, but Western women certainly wouldn't do that.
America, I was a 7 out of 10, but here in Latin America, I am at the top of the food chain because just look what I'm getting out here. So if you boys are unhappy with what you're getting back in America, it's probably not you. You're probably not the problem. You're dealing with a lot of entitlement. I mean, let's be honest, even the threes back in America think they're entitled to a 6'5" jacked millionaire. So you should probably just do what I did and just throw in the towel back home. It's not worth it. Come to Latin America where you get something much better. Get your passports, boys, and join me out here.
This guy's grinning ear to ear because he knows he made the right call, and honestly, this is true, right? When men go overseas, they are valued significantly more.
If you get married, you have to be stuck with this person for the rest of your life, right? That's why you get married. So that's why it's declining. Why would you get married if you want to have just one partner when you can have multiple?
I don't know about you guys, but this sounds pretty ridiculous from the perspective of men. I don't think a lot of guys have issues with commitment. A lot of men just have issues with committing to women like this. I think this is more of a women thing, not wanting to be quote unquote tied down by one person.
Oh, neither.
Go on.
Yeah, of course.
Which one would you go for? Which nationality you'd want to go for?
I'd go for anything that's South European and anything that's East European as well.
When a guy gives up on a whole nationality that quickly, you just know the experiences behind it were absolutely terrible. The worst part for the women watching is that he's not even angry about it. I think the guy is just completely dumb.
Like a difference between American girls and European girls?
So I could tell you the difference between Latina and Americans and in Europe. I would say a bit more caring. The Latina ones are a bit more caring. The Americans or the Europeans, they are a bit like, oh no, I'm independent and all that. From being a Latino, you are kind of like the man that you want to look after the girl, but in a good way. I'm not saying that you're not independent. I just want to
provide.
That's all, exactly.
He is describing the exact thing a lot of men have noticed for years. Funny how being looked after suddenly sounds appealing once you have lived without it for a while.
I couldn't even get to the point where I was saying, well, look, I'm in it for the real deal here. I'm looking for a woman young enough to have children because I don't have children and I want to be a dad. So I'll give you everything if you give me everything. Couldn't even get to that point. But I could have that conversation with a woman in the Philippines like I had with Jayan, and she would say, okay, tell me more. How's that work? And then you have a discussion about it. And then you can come to find out, if your goals are going to work out together. So I literally stopped swiping in the United States.
This is the part nobody warns the women about. The guy going off and building the exact family he always wanted somewhere else. The guy's not, bitter or dramatic about it. He just found someone willing to actually have the conversation.
Toast guy. disgusting.
And
then they go to Europe for looking for these kind of
DR. But let me tell you something, passport bros that love to just go get women in DR. You played yourself, because a girl in DR is 18 and she's really 55. No, you go over there thinking that you're gonna run into yo, you're not. These girls got game. They've been having games since they were 5. You know what? At 5 they were 18.
No,
you know what I mean? Because it's a thing now.
They are working overtime to convince men that the women abroad are secretly the problem. Calling them disgusting for simply not choosing you anymore is about the most transparent cope I've seen in a while.
Thing a guy can do when he sees a woman on the street and makes eye contact is not smile. The creepy thing is not smiling, and the reality is most guys don't even realize that they're doing it. So we make eye contact, but that like really stern face is what kind of can trigger women. And I'm saying it because that's how I just felt. Had that guy just smiled a little bit, it would have put my nervous system at ease, and that's how connections get made.
So now the crime is simply having a neutral face in public. Great stuff, man. These rules change so often that no man could ever actually follow them, which is obviously the entire point anyway.
Get your passport and stop playing. I don't understand what y'all not understanding. Get your passport. These women in America is not it. You know, I've been back in America for about, like a month now? And I'm seeing like, no, this is not the spot, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm about to get another trip out to Europe. I'm going somewhere else, and then I'm probably going to go to Europe. Because this ain't it. These women will drain you of your happiness. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about you. All they care about is how they feel and what they want out of life. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. We all want certain things out of life. But what you want, your happiness, oftentimes is not even considered.
A lot of women will say that dudes like this are just angry or bitter, but I don't think it actually comes across that way at all. I think dudes making these sorts of videos actually have a fantastic point.
You think Asian women are going to go 50-50 with you on the bill?
No, we date traditionally, which means if I invite the girl out, I plan and pay for the date. The catch is the cost of living is often 1/4 the price overseas, so even if we pay for the whole date, we're still paying less than what we would have paid 50-50. And this is a point that I don't think gets talked about enough when it comes to passport bros. It's not just dating, it's cost of living, it's rent, it's gym, it's food, it's everything, and it increases the quality of your life. At the end of the day, it's a men's health movement about doing what's best for you. It takes one US remote job and the courage to leave to experience all of that, plus a dating culture that is a lot less toxic.
A lot of people, not just men, come to the Philippines so that they can experience our values and morals, especially a culture that's beyond money and privilege. So why are these women shocked that they're dating us? Is it because you think you're better than us?
This guy just did the math that completely dismantles the 50-50 is the issue argument. Turns out treating a woman well is a lot easier when she is not treating the relationship like a business negotiation to begin with.
What about you, Andrew? What do you expect on the first date?
When I was dating,
yeah,
probably that the expectation was that a man would pay for the date and chivalry and all of that. What I would expect in modern year is that I wouldn't date. It just sounds like a nightmare. I would just check out completely and grab a passport and passport bro for the rest of my life. I don't think I would ever date another United States woman ever again, honestly.
Where would you ship your passport wife from?
I have no idea. Just anywhere but here.
She basically described a fantasy and then got mad that men stopped signing up for it. I just wouldn't date is not really the power move she thinks that it is. The men have already left.
Do you cook at home?
Да. Но если он будет часто хотеть, то я буду ему часто готовить.
Cook at home.
No.
Да. Особенно парню я всегда готовлю обязательно. И мне нравится, в принципе, для любимого человека готовить. Ну, он спортсмен, и, соответственно, я готовлю что-нибудь с курицей обязательно.
I do. Probably like twice or 3 times a week.
Ну, конечно. Часто. Картошечка. Запеченная картошечка. Как же без мяса? Мужчину нужно кормить только мясом.
You genuinely do not need a narrator to tell you which household is happier here. One answer took half a second and somehow said everything about the modern dating market.
Kelly. I'm Anya.
Where are you guys from?
Taiwan. I'm from Thailand.
How is dating culture different in your home countries than in the United States?
Girls in Taiwan is more like conservative. So like they hope boys make promise, but like compared to America, I think they're more like casual dating. They're like seeing each other, nothing serious. Very casual, friendly, and they use apps pretty frequently, and they can like meet each other and like they move really fast, but nothing like Taiwanese.
Can you say more about how it is in Taiwan?
People always introduce their friends to other friends, not like using the dating apps. Like I said, they're like more conservative. Yes, take it slow.
And then get married?
Yes. Then get married.
It is almost shocking to hear dating described as calm and patient instead of a full contact sport at this point. Conservative and traditional versus entitled and exhausting. Most men will pick the former every single damn time.
Beautiful, cool, they chill, I see you.
And what part of America are you from?
Memphis, Tennessee.
How are the women there as opposed to here?
Black.
Do you think women in Spain are softer and have less expectations than American women?
Good question. I'm gonna need time to think about that. Are they softer?
And have less expectations?
Probably more realistic.
The hesitation before he answered told you everything that he was too polite to actually say directly. He clearly already knew the truth. He just needed a second to find a way to drop it.
Let me ask you a question. How did you know that she was the one for you?
We didn't even speak the same language actually when we met. She speaks Spanish, I speak English, and the connection was still there. So.
Did you find her in Miami? Did you find her somewhere else? Where did you find her?
Yeah, her best friend lives in Miami, so I met her down here, and then she went back to Ecuador. Came back, and then that's how we ended up staying in touch on Instagram.
Do you recommend someone to be dating someone outside of the country or someone from here?
So for me, I recommend outside of the country just because I think that if you meet the right girl at least, they treat their man a little better.
So how do they treat the men versus the women that treat men here?
Just very catered to you, treat you kind of like you're the king of the house. They understand how to be submissive, relaxed, and easygoing.
What are the things that you did as a man to become better to attract a woman like that?
Continue to get better every day, stay motivational, through action. The difference is like a lot of our communication is more action-based. So she sees like what I do more than just what I say.
I can't even fault these guys who go overseas to find women. Like, honestly, a lot of dudes will look past a lot of issues, a language barrier included, just to avoid dealing with Western women, which I find absolutely hilarious.
外国人多いと思うんですけど、外国人男性からナンパされたらどうですか？
おー、ゴー。
Go. Okay. English で OK。
Yeah. Maybe go.
まあナンパの断り方とか聞いてもいいですか？
インスタ持ってない。彼ピッピいる。
あ、彼ピッピいる。あ、日本人と外国人のナンパの違いとか印象でいいんですけど。
外国人のがノリいいよね。
日本人はやっぱり。
あ、そう硬い。
It's pretty refreshing to hear a guy say that it comes down to values and consistency rather than a checklist of demands. When those values do not line up, men are simply going to move on. There's no drama required.
If your average man is treated better by women overseas, why do you think men prefer to stay in America and play the game when the odds are so heavily stacked against them?
Probably because of money issues and they don't want to leave their environment.
Essentially, why do you think men spend so much time grooming themselves to please the materialistic women in America?
Because looks matter, I guess.
I think a lot of them don't know about how much of success they could have if they left the country. So they kind of just stay with what they know in the country, and that's bad success rate in the country.
Watching them try to explain why men should keep grinding for an unwinnable game is almost painful. The honest answer is the one that nobody wanted to say. A lot of men simply have not realized there is a better option yet.
You have exhausted all of your dating options, which forces you to go overseas to seek a bride who really is only interested in your American dollars. It's really that bad. You got nothing. Because women, they have options every day. That is the case for all women. All women have options because women are always going to be desired by men. You mean to tell me that you can either put your life substantially on hold to go seek your overseas bride or completely abandon and pack up the life that you have here and start it somewhere else, that tells me a lot about your job. Okay, it means that whatever it is that you're doing is not that important and thus not that high.
She twisted a man choosing a better life into proof that he is a failure somehow, which is genuinely impressive mental gymnastics. What it actually tells us is that she is terrified of the competition that she suddenly has to face.
Now fast forward and you have this whole group of men that are saying, hey, you aren't willing to work with us. Fine, we're going to go abroad and find women who are. It's like a mixture of shock and disdain and disgust. And how dare you do this? Like, you're going to make us have to compete? How dare you?
She accidentally summed up the whole panic in one breath. It is pure disbelief that men finally have options. If competition is suddenly a nightmare for these women, that says a lot about what they were getting away with before, I think.
Yes, I've drank with her dad, hung out with her mom. Her brother's not bad.
I have called his mom, and she's really welcoming, and she said she's excited to see me too.
I'm Aiden. I'm from Utah.
Stella, and I'm from Korea.
We're about to be married. We're fiancés right now.
Briefly, tell me how you guys met.
It was crazy. We actually met on Tinder. I know, not a great start, but I didn't really give it a whole lot of my emotions, just as like a beginning. Started to realize she was actually a pretty good girl, and I was like, you know what, this is probably something I can invest my time in. So I decided to take it to the next step. I asked her out, and then after about a year, I asked her to marry me.
How has your experience been being together with your boyfriend?
I think it was great. Like, he take care of me good. He's in Pyeongtaek right now, and I live in Seoul, and every weekend he came to see me, so I think it's good.
I actually went, was it last week, to see her dad's side of the family. I saw her mom's side of the family a couple months ago. That was super cool. I had a good time with them. They're all super welcoming people. There's a lot of judgment in Korea that I've noticed based on physical appearance and what you do for work and all of that stuff. But a family unit, I've noticed they're very welcoming, and that was really good to see.
You know, whenever I hear stories about dudes getting married or engaged, I just think to myself, I hope that things don't go terribly for these men, because let's be honest, guys, marriage is a complete scam for dudes. So let's pray for this guy and hopefully it all works out for him.
Hey, man, maybe these passport bros are just ahead of their time, because these 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s in America, they be broke and begging. Might just go to Thailand.
I agree with this guy, right? Like, the passport bros, I think, are definitely onto something. And the fact that these women in the West oftentimes view themselves as high value when they are clearly not is just straight up absurd.
Now, Europe, and you see old videos, European women, oh, you're so nice, you're so this, blah, blah, blah. Guys this is like the passport bro thing, where guys just say, I'm out. You know, I'm going to like Japan, or I'm going to wherever I'm going, right? I'm going to Europe. I'm going wherever I need to go to get away from these toxic American women. That's right, I said it, right? That's right, I said it. Toxic American women that are so full of themselves, they're ingrates, they're bashing you on social media, they're like treating their husbands like badly behaved kids. Guys don't want it anymore.
Again, I can pretty much agree with this woman right here. A lot of guys are just refusing to date American or even Western women in general. You know, oftentimes they're leaving for places that just don't have the same quality of women, and it's very hard to fault them.
It breaks my heart how underappreciated American men are by women here. We don't even have half of the standards you guys have for men here. They work out, they are good looking, they open the door. Like, it never happened that I go out with an American man and he doesn't open the door for me. It's crazy. Yes, they yup, but in general, they check all the boxes. Sometimes I want to send American women, a portion of them, to Russia, so they educate and they will be like, whoa, 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 whoa. It could get worse. It could get so worse that I moved to another country just for dating. Guys, it's not funny. You guys really don't recognize your privilege here.
Am I the only one who thinks that these videos are a little bit of a scam and that they don't actually really care about men? I think it's fairly obvious that women in Western countries, particularly places like America, just completely devalue men. But I don't think these women actually care oftentimes. If they do, that's fantastic. But oftentimes they make these videos to farm followers from men who don't actually know that they don't really care. But they're actually correct. Obviously, the women do not value men in a lot of Western places.
If you go to Medellin, Colombia, you will walk down the streets and you will see girls on a scale of 1 to 10 physically. You will see 9s and 10s working at a taco shop or doing janitorial work on the side of the street with a very minimalist life. Very happy. Smile on their face, probably live at home with their parents, don't even have a car, don't have anything materialistic. Very friendly. Just very grateful to be alive and easy to date as a guy. Now, on the flip side, here in the States, there will be girls that on a scale 1 to 10 on the bottom half of that scale that are challenging to date, very pretentious, non-approachable. Guys will approach them like, oh, like you're creeping me out. Very, very challenging to date. And for that reason, I'm like, guys, like this is not normal here in the US.
This guy paints a picture really damn well between the difference. A 9 working at a taco shop with a real smile beats an entitled attitude every day of the week. I think most guys can agree with this.
Would you rather live in the US and make $100,000 a year or live in Vietnam and make $15,000 a year?
About 1,000 per month. Oh, it's a lot. Do you know that?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. 1,000 per month. 1,000 is the dreamed salary for most of people. 1,000 for me already have a good life here. Yeah.
Okay, so
to choose, I might choose live here with 15,000 per year. It's already good for me.
The whole bit flips the idea that a big American paycheck automatically means a better life. Once you see what a modest income buys you overseas, the math starts looking very damn different.
Why do Korean women like Western men? Because dating in Korea is exhausting. It's not racism, it's emotional economics. Dating in Korea be like a job interview lately. Are you slim? How is your skin? Do you have a job? Do you want marriage? Sir, I just want a coffee. On Western dating be like, you're cute, wanna get pizza? Wow, simple. I'm not saying, it depends on the person, but usually less stress and more vibes. Sometimes it's just attraction, different faces, different vibes, different styles, and how they treat women. They feel more expressive and make them feel more appreciated.
So let me get this straight. American men are more relaxed, whereas Korean men are not nearly as relaxed when it comes to dating. I think a lot of American guys are just happy with the fact that they don't have to deal with ridiculously terrible attitudes. Maybe that's the case.
Full pineapple? Yeah, they got full pineapple here.
Yeah. Can I do this pineapple? Getting paid for by a lady in Asia. American women would never. No, I'm just playing.
Just by the way, situations like this where there is genuine warmth and a bit of femininity is exactly why these guys keep flying across the world to find women.
We don't talk enough about how passport bros are just predators. You're leaving America to go to another country to prey on the women there who you perceive as being more submissive. That's predatory behavior.
Get this out of here. You're done. Now, the one thing that I've noticed about a lot of women on this app is you guys use big words you don't understand. And you are the main reason why a lot of men get locked up behind bars. Like I said, ponte trucha, because you guys get on my nerves with this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the definitions because we clearly aren't thinking. Like, do you guys have mindsets or not? Like, do you guys think before you speak? You have to watch these videos before you post them.
Calling men predators for simply wanting to be treated well is a bold way to prove their point for them. The moment the argument stops going her way, out come the insults right on schedule as well.
What nationality, in your opinion, has the most attractive people?
Either Sweden or Italy. Least attractive, I know that wasn't the question, but least attractive is probably the USA.
Why?
Because a lot of them are pretty poor diet, to say the least. Which reflects sometimes how they look, without being mean.
Of course.
I think a lot of guys already know this to be the case, but it is pretty funny seeing a dude just be so upfront and honest about it.
Women aren't picking you. Maybe you're just in a market where your type is not being bought. Hear me out. If you're super smart, you should not be in a state where women value blue collar and if you're capable with your hands. Okay, you should be in San Francisco. If your primary appeal is that you're hot, strong, and you got abs, you should not be in San Francisco. Your value will not be seen here. You should be in Austin or LA. My point is, you need to go where your attributes, your interests are maximized and valued, okay? Example, I'm a 5'4" Asian girl. If I had stayed in Arkansas, it would be disrespectful to myself. Market value was not as high there as it is in San Francisco, okay? That's just the reality of the world. It's called life maxing. You go where you can life max the hardest and yield the highest ROI, the highest results.
It is the same logic men get praised for until they actually act on it and then decide to leave. The second a guy goes where he is valued most, suddenly the whole concept becomes a problem, which I find pretty funny.
A man's worst nightmare is coming to Southeast Asia for 2-3 weeks, seeing how much better society is, having the best time of their life, spending not even that much money, and becoming like the top 1% of men there, seeing like how much different it is from the West, just loving their life. Then they have to come back home, clock in back to their 9 to 5 or go back to school, and then they're depressed and hate their life.
This guy's only half joking. The contrast really does break a lot of men once they see it firsthand. No wonder why so many dudes just start choosing the simpler, happier route.
I understand some of your frustrations, but if you're going to be a passport bro, there are certain downsides. First of all, you have no idea if this woman is using you for a visa or your money. You're not going to be able to have fun banter with her. She might be more feminine, but she might not feel like your best friend. She might feel more like a maid service. Number two, you're definitely going to run into some cultural differences. Is she going to be willing to give up her family, her friends, her career just to come to the States for you? You guys are also going to run into the issue of where to live. Or are you willing to move there? Passport broing is a cop-out for something that can be easily solved.
She could rattle off 100 downsides and they would still look like a bargain next to the alternative. Listing the risks of leaving only makes sense if you ignore why all of these men wanted to leave in the first place. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.